Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Roy Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. Even if you don't follow Spider-Man at all, you're bound to be familiar with the most basic of his superpowers. This includes web slinging, spidey sense, climbing up walls. All that is basically common knowledge. But the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has a few more tricks up his sleeve at least one point or another that you may not know about. So let's take a look at the top 10 secret Spider-Man powers. In the number 10 spot, we have super intellect. Nobody has ever said that Spidey is dumb, but he isn't exactly known to be up there with the likes of Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne. However, that is about to change. As evident from his skills with technology that are oftentimes overlooked, Peter Parker's already scientific mind was excelled with the introduction of his super abilities. You don't think just anyone could build a time machine out of a blender, microwave, and VCR, or craft his own spinnerets, right? Coming in at number 9 is extra limbs. 8 legs and spiders go hand in hand, or actually leg and leg. So at one point, this was a very little known ability that Peter Parker gained. In the story, The Six-Arms Saga, Pete drinks an untested formula he's brewed himself. The potion is supposed to rid him of his spider powers, but instead causes him to sprout an extra 4 limbs in addition to the 4 he already has, resulting in a total of 8. I can only imagine how much adjustment to hand-eye-leg coordination you would need to get used to that. Next, at number 8, we got healing factor. Spider-Man can take a hit and not be floored, mostly in part to his superhuman durability that we are all basically aware of. But did you know that he actually does have a healing factor, somewhat similar to that of Deadpool's or Wolverine's? Intense injuries only take a couple days to heal, such as his horrible burns after encounter with Firebrand in The Amazing Spider-Man. In one storyline called The Other, his healing factor is ramped up even more. Bones breaking and blood loss were fixed in mere hours. In the number 7 spot is resistance to vampirism. Peter Parker will not be joining the cast of Twilight anytime soon. Due to his radioactive tainted blood from the spider bite that started the party, Spider-Man is immune to vampire bites. This is discovered in the Blade comics, where he faced off against Blade and Dracula, neither of whom were very useful against Pete. Still probably left a mark though, thank God for that healing factor. Coming in at number 6, we have the Spider-Mobile. Batman is not the only superhero to get his very own car. Granted, this isn't exactly a superpower, but rather a super piece of tech that a lot of you may not be aware of. Thinking that having a car would be a great way to draw kids into the comics, the Spider-Mobile was introduced in The Amazing Spider-Man number 130. But why exactly would Spider-Man need a car? And when did he learn to drive? The answer is never. Yeah, he totaled that thing pretty fast. Next up at number 5 is increased metabolism. Something that doesn't seem cool at first, but something I'm sure we all kinda wish we had. It's no coincidence that despite being a superhero, Peter Parker is still pretty scrawny. This is because his metabolism got a super kick when he was changed, meaning he has to intake a ton of calories to support himself. This also helps him metabolize poison so they can't hurt him, although he does still get drunk, as evidenced in his fight with the Hobgoblin in Web of Spider-Man number 38. But he can eat all the Big Macs he wants, which kind of sounds like the dream. Up next at number 4 is talking to spiders. Normally a trait associated with someone such as Ant-Man, there was a time when Peter Parker could communicate with spiders. During the Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 2, number 20. He can't exactly control them to do his bidding, but he does have some influence and ability to call upon them for a little extra help. In addition, Parker has the ability to identify a spider species at a glance. Definitely useful in those ecology courses. In the number 3 spot, we have seeing the future. Spidey sense is really useful for avoiding incoming danger even when Spider-Man can't see the threat yet, but it's a bit limited in extent. However, Kane Parker, also known as the Scarlet Spider and Peter Parker's clone, has an enhanced Spidey sense that's so strong he can see well into the future. He even once saw Mary Jane's death in the Spectacular Spider-Man number 222, so not technically Spidey himself, but with tempering there was no reason his own senses couldn't reach this level of strength. Coming in at number 2 is flight. This wasn't an augmentation of a special suit Spidey was wearing, this was the real deal. In a way, kind of more like gliding. When he was first introduced in Amazing Fantasy number 15, Spidey's original suit had large webbed wings that helped him catch some air. He couldn't actually achieve takeoff from an area of low ground, but if he was dropped or jumped from a height, he could easily soar. Comes in handy when you have nothing to grab onto with your web. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we've got Spider Mutation. One of the lesser known, campier, but also more fun Spidey powers is his ability to transform into a giant man spider. This has popped up a few times. For example, we can see this in the Avengers Disassembled crossover when he is facing off against the villain known as the Queen, and it also happened in Spider-Man the Animated Series, and thank God that thing cannot fly. So those were the top 10 secret Spider-Man powers. Let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite Spidey power is. My name is Roy Destroya, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.